I really started Youtini because I wanted to share my love of the expanded universe with literally anyone that would listen.
I'm not saying it's better than The Falcon, but it comes close.
It's fun reading into the gaps between the films.
Heir to the Empire changed fandom forever.
Star Wars is for everyone.
Some of the first books I read by myself were Star Wars books.
If you're not reading Star Wars books, you're missing out on so much.
Her lightsaber hilt was carved from a rancor tooth.
I don't think I realized how deep her character got.
Who knows where they're headed next? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Youtini Plays Star Wars RPG, where the crew at Youtini plays the Fantasy Flight Adventure. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 7, I do believe. Let's get started with some character introductions, then we'll get on with our show. I'm Corey Helton, founder and CEO of Youtini. I am playing as Karth Tarvin, an explorer, archaeologist, human. What else can I say about him? I don't know. He's awesome.
All right, I'm Matt. I am the game master for Youtini, and I created this adventure, The Acolyte's Dream. So I hope you enjoy it.
All right, my name is Charles. I'm a writer and user analyst for Youtini. Also do a little bit of live video content. I'm playing Samil, who is a Duros bounty hunter in the assassin specialization. He's kind of just a rough and tough dude who is all about shooting his gun.
His big
Justice.
My name is... Oh, nope. Go
ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
God. We didn't discuss this in the meeting. I'm Eric. I'm the managing editor over at Youtini. And I'm playing Desmond Saris, who is a smuggler pilot from Alderaan. And no one in the galaxy has ever really flown until Desmond was born. But now we know what it looks like.
My name is Devin. I play Zahn Mar, who's a spy infiltrator. And let's get started with the story.
Story it up. All right, Matt, maybe you can give us a brief recap of kind of where we're at so far in the game before we dive right into our next episode.
Okay, so you'll have to just ignore my young Padawan who's off screen right now. But last time, the crew of the Molitor teamed up with Archon's surly pirates, and they went on a mission to a Jedi temple where whenever they got inside of the temple, they were attacked by a force spider that tried to drain all the life essence from them. And after they defeated the spider, they were able to make their way into into like this tomb properly, where they met with a force ghost of some sort.
What is that sound? Sounds like there's a toy. Is that Matt?
Oh, that's my printer.
Wait, what?
Sorry, that was my daughter playing with her toys behind me.
Oh, okay.
That sounds more right.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, wow, my printer's actually quiet. I don't know how you hear that.
Your printer's like hanging out. It's like making sounds. I think the self-aware printer should be the next thing we find in the Jedi Temple. That's really the artifact that Karth has been looking for.
I know. It's the sacred artifact. Okay, I'm trying to find my character sheet also, and everything is missing. What the heck?
Who needs a lightsaber when you have a self-aware printer?
Well, because then it could actually tell you it's out of ink as opposed to just not working.
Like, hey, man, like, I'm out of ink right now. Like, do you want to stop at a store and pick some up? I don't know.
I have used the Force to procure more ink from the galaxy, and it still costs $87.
True, though. It's really expensive.
God, I hate it. All right, I think we're almost done vamping as much as we can about printers until Matt comes back.
I'm still here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay,
no, it's good.
My question, I was listening the whole time. I'm trying to get my daughter to get out of the room. Anyways, so my question for you guys, and I did not have time to send this to you guys, and I may have just thought of it in the last 30 seconds.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh.
Could you describe the first time your character heard about the Jedi in general? Not what happened to them at the end of the Clone Wars or anything, just the Jedi in general.
I can go first. So Karth's, remember I said in a previous episode that Karth's parents were like also archaeologists. Well, they were like really into Jedi artifacts and stuff. So now that the Empire is like really into trying to like destroy any evidence of the Jedi that ever existed, like all that stuff goes for a really pretty penny. So Karth is he heard about that from his dad, who was like really into trying to hunt Jedi artifacts, and he was into some really specific. There was one particular artifact that I think was a Jedi artifact, or maybe it was a Sith artifact. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but there was some kind of a medallion that was like a Sith, sort of a elixir of life type of medallion that he sort of hunted his dad hunted his whole life, and might have had something to do with his mysterious disappearance, but who knows?
Ooh, interesting.
Desmond, growing up on Alderaan, Alderaan was never really quiet about the Jedi in the way that a lot of kind of Empire worlds were. Like, they were smart enough to know what not to say in front of the official moths and such things. But Alderaan always kind of had a value about life and a value about all the things in the universe kind of being peaceful and harmonious. And that included the Force, and it included the Jedi. So Desmond never really had a specific moment of like, this is what a Jedi is. It was just always kind of in the background. It was acknowledged. It wasn't like necessarily promoted in the most obvious way because you don't want to get arrested. But at the same time, there was always whispers. There were always books available if you wanted to look for them. So he kind of weirdly grew up knowing about the Jedi almost as safely as you could in an Empire-controlled world.
Yeah, until it was brutally destroyed.
Well, yeah, they messed up. Someone got a little loud.
That Bail Organa.
Oh, God, my boy, Bail. That was Desmond. That wasn't Eric. That's what Desmond says before he goes to bed. My boy, Bail.
This one's for you, Bail.
You, my boy, Bail.
Bail and Bria for life.
All right, so for Samil, the way he heard about the Jedi, basically he grew up on a space station that orbited the planet Duro, and his dad was kind of a dock worker on that space station. So a whole lot of people came through, spacers, pirates, all kind of roguish people like that getting their ships fixed. And so Samil kind of heard tell of people who had some extraordinary abilities from all of those guys over the years, but he never really heard anything in an official capacity. It was kind of more just stories, and he was never really sure what was true or not, because a lot of those guys were, a little bit off their rocker.
That's one way to put it.
All right.
Has there been a Duros Jedi? Because, man, that'd be fascinating.
Surely.
I
would think so.
I can't think of one, though.
Say Vukto, according to Wikipedia. I just did a quick little googs.
What's he from?
Say Vukto during Jedi Order in the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars.
Okay.
All right. I can't tell if he's legends or canon, but Master Vukto was a Duros. Yeah, was a Duros Jedi, which I guess.
What's his first name?
Right. CEI. So say.
Say my name. Say my name.
Yeah. He was remembered by Yoda for having a quiet voice and a dry sense of humor. So I'm like, yeah, a Duros.
So the Duros, when were they introduced? Were they introduced before KOTOR?
That was New Hope. They were in the cantina.
F4, man.
That's
They're some of the
right.
cantina creatures.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but as far as like named, like actually, were they named? Were they one of those people that were named because of the toy, like a lot of the other ones?
Maybe a lot of the original names came from, funny enough, the first RPG book that was ever written.
That's right. Right.
Yeah, that book sort of paved the way for a lot of new characters, and I read about like a while back when I was doing all this research for Youtini that like a lot of writers and stuff would buy the RPG book because it had all this additional stuff that was sort of considered canon, even though canon wasn't really a fully realized concept yet. Because it made them be able to write more stuff about like how hyperdrives worked and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So
okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird though how like some of the stuff, even though we all are young enough that we didn't grow up with the original trilogies, like some of it stayed in the lexicon. Like I still will sometimes call like Ithorians hammerheads.
Yeah.
Just because that's, you know, I don't even know why though, because I've always known the name.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you know, it's so crazy that some of that stuff, just because they needed to sell a game or do something, like they decided to name a creature and now that's forever. Like the whole, how did we all find out that there was a life debt with Han and Chewie? Like we all kind of grew up hearing that, but it was never really confirmed until some of the later books, right?
I can't remember when I first heard that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Holiday special.
It must have been. I wish Rick were here. He would know the answer to that.
Yeah.
He's read so much stuff. But
He
maybe
would.
one of those weird, like, original books, like, what was the one that sort of existed as the follow-up to Return of the Jedi? I can't remember what it was called.
Oh,
It wasn't Dark Saber. That's not right. That's
no. That was Kevin J. Anderson. You're talking about, where like Luke and Princess Leia go down to that planet.
Yeah.
Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Yes, that book.
Better than mine. Oh yeah, because wasn't that originally supposed to be Empire? Possibly?
Yeah, that was the sequel to Ep 4.
You're right.
That's
Yeah, that's what
actually,
it was.
I have it backwards.
it was going to be like a low budget TV sequel if it didn't work out.
Yeah. That's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Spoiler,
to
it
think
worked
about.
out.
It's crazy to think about Star Wars almost existed in that way. That's like now it's this enormous cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, it looks
So
like,
tangent
it looks like
aside. Yeah.
that's true. It looks like Devin's going to be a bit. So why don't we just go ahead and dive right in?
All right, sounds good. Okay, so you guys defeated my nasty force spider last time we played, which was like I was so happy with myself whenever I created that thing.
God, it was so terrifying, Matt.
Yeah.
Who hurt you?
I'm like, oh man, what if we had like this giant spider? Because all like RPGs have a giant spider, and then like would suck the force out of you. And, like
Flashback to like Matt standing on a chair screaming like a little girl holding a shoe in his hand as a real life spider just slowly crawls underneath him.
I'm a huge arachnophobic. I can't stand spiders.
I don't know if any of you all have been watching the new season of Doctor Who, but there was an episode recently that was all about giant spiders, and it was viscerally terrifying for me.
Yeah.
Gonna skip that one. I haven't watched it. Gonna skip it.
It's literally called Arachnids in the UK. You can't miss it. But we beat it.
So you guys defeated the giant spider. I think that Samil actually like slid underneath it and red misted it from below.
You did.
It was pretty baller. Well, I was hurting a lot, so thanks, buddy.
Yellow bluish greened it from below.
Which we are all still covered in.
Yes, which you all are still covered in. Why is it that, like
Right.
you guys have all the weird run-ins with blood?
As opposed to the normal run-ins with blood.
At least no one drank it this time.
Desmond was
Yeah.
drinking it just a few short episodes ago.
God, blood has
I'm
been
sure
in me,
Samil got
on
like a
me.
little bit in his mouth. Come on.
And I go, not as bad as Golthos. I'll take 4 spider blood over dead hut fermented blood any day of the week.
Interesting.
You can quote me on that.
So after you guys defeated the spider, BZ, because Heather's not here this week, BZ grabbed Koshla. She was feeling kind of down and out after being wrapped up in the spider web, and he zipped her back to the Molitor just to make sure she was okay. He is our medic droid after all. Whenever you guys walk over to the door into the temple, into the next room of the temple, the door kind of opens and you see all of these sarcophaguses in front of you, maybe like 6 or 7 of them just laid out, and like one in the center just kind of starts to glow, and this ethereal form appears above it and says, "Who disturbs my slumber?"
So, okay, Karth has been in a lot of Jedi temples, guys.
Oh,
So-
go on.
So Karth just turns around. He's like, "I got this, guy. Just let me handle it." And he sort of confidently like struts up to this guy and he's like, "Hello, how's it going? Did we wake you from some eternal slumber, or I don't know? What's your spiel this time around?"
"Where is my minion, the spider?"
I turn around. I'm like, so they're always asking for something. They're always like, where is my clothes that I left out before I went into my eternal slumber? I'll handle this, guys. I'll handle this.
Desmond looks at Samuel and just goes like, "Oh god, oh god."
I'm just like, we sort of smushed it. Is that? I hope that's not too big a problem.
I will have to create another.
Let's not do that. That's not.
Let's not make another spider.
Later.
No.
Why are we here again? Exactly.
You're here to get some artifacts. It's very vague on the mission details. You're just here to support the pirates.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
because
most of the
Brood,
pirates
remember Brood, the brother that we were
Yeah,
here.
Brood
to find.
knows what
All
we
of the
need.
pirates proper were killed by the spider, but Brood got through, and now he's you don't see him anywhere in this room. So somehow he got past this force ghost as well.
Okay.
But
What species is this for? It's taken form, yeah.
yeah, it's taken form.
Is it a human?
Yeah, sure. It's a human.
Cool.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this guy. I'm gonna be like, so what's your story exactly? Are you haunting this temple because you died a horrific, terrible death, or what exactly? What's your deal, man?
I was the ancient Jedi before the fall. I needed to come back. I tried to conserve my energy and pull in energy from other places.
All right, let's.
I just need more.
So if you could just wrap it on up, that'd be really nice. We're just.
I need more energy.
We're just gonna go on past you, cool.
I must come back.
Let's stop that. Whatever you're doing, just stop it.
Okay, at this point, there's a lot going on, and I want to. I'm gonna roll that force die and just see if I can contain or do just like force something. Because again, still super untrained, not entirely sure what he's doing. Just reaching out with the force and trying to either stop him from doing something, see if he's containing something. Ultimately, in game terms, I want to roll the dice, and you can decide what it does. But Desmond is just essentially opening himself up to the force and trying to stop whatever is happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll that force die. Yeah.
Can somebody send me a link to the dice roller? I'm sorry, I did not have it open.
We absolutely can. Oh, also, just for game purposes, like literally Desmond is going up and putting his hands up, like very obviously at this point.
Okay.
So for other
So
players,
is he trying to make himself look like hands up like I'm not non-threatening?
no,
or hands
like
up like
using the
like
force.
I'm using the force, bitches.
Yeah, like he's straight up doing it.
Okay.
Like, there is no snide way of doing this.
Is there anybody in the party that did not know that you were force sensitive?
Did anyone know?
I don't think anyone knows officially.
I don't think anyone is officially known.
We've never
It's
talked
been like a
about it.
couple like, hey, what the and two light side
You're like
on that roll.
like hands up and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm going full on, and I got two light side on the force side.
Two light side points. Okay.
Yeah.
So the creature kind of goes and kind of like rears back like a vampire being exposed to the light, and he like reaches out and everybody roll for your willpower. Discipline. Roll discipline against a 2 difficulty. Actually, 3 difficulty. I'm sorry. Discipline versus 3 difficulty.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody.
All right, since we're using force stuff, I'm going to use.
My dice is
I'm gonna add 2 boost die to that for my force because I'm very scared of this and using force thing.
Okay, go for
Oh,
it.
guys. Okay, Eric.
A lot of failure. A lot of advantages,
Yeah.
though.
Jesus.
Hold on, I didn't. Did I roll? I gotta
You
refresh
did.
the page.
Yeah,
sorry.
refresh it.
I see it. Yeah, you got 2 successes, 3 advantages, and
Okay,
2
cool.
light side points.
Oh, sorry, I
forgot to
got
turn off your force
That's
die.
why. See, 2 successes, 3 advantages for me.
But everybody else failed.
Yeah, we got some advantage, but not. I mean, I don't know. I failed like real hard.
Same.
Okay, so you have 2 successes. So everybody else is kind of like immobilized, put down on their knee just by the sheer force of the force will that is put down upon their beings. Okay.
I hate when this happens.
Does it happen in every temple, Karth?
Just once or twice.
Just roll with it, guys.
Just go with it. It'll be fine. The artifacts. Remember the artifacts.
Okay, so what do you want to do to what is something that you want to try and do to get rid of this spirit or placate this spirit?
All right, so I'm definitely sensing. I'm assuming here that he's like, because of how he reacted to the light energy, he has a dark energy.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So since I had enough to stay up, I kind of want to use that to. I don't know. Again, I don't know how the Force works. Who does? But I'm going to use a little bit of that to kind of essentially exorcise him a little bit, like banish it, like whatever kind of threads he's trying to hold on to. And I just want to say, they are not your prey. And I want to just kind of finally sever his link to all the.
Okay, and so like kind of what I kind of thinking is going on here is like as you push against him with the force with the light side, like. Mm-hmm. The pieces of him just kind of start to like kind of crumble away, and they reveal like this luminous being underneath, who is just this human in Jedi robes from long ago, and he stands there in front of you, and he says, "I apologize. In my needing to come back to protect the galaxy from everything that had happened since my death, I lost my way. I started to feed on anything that I could get my hands on, or incorporeal hands on. I created monsters to do my feeding for me. Can you ever forgive me?"
It's cool. It's cool, man. Just kind of getting up, brushing off. It's it happens. Whatever. So
and Samuel's like, "No, it doesn't happen."
I mean, kind of. Desmond's like beyond exhausted at this point, and is just kind of slowly pacing towards him, and he says, "Absolutely, but just tell me what is out there. What don't we know? What can we do? I feel like we're all stumbling in the dark, and what do you know? What can you tell us?"
There is a great darkness building in the galaxy. A great darkness, and the light is very tenuous at best. There are others out there like you. Seek them out. Some have already found you. Be able to look upon them with your own true eyes. And then he just kind of fades out.
Well, whatever that means, but we kind of needed some artifacts, so I wish you could have helped us keep those a bit.
Look around!
Desmond falls to his knees in exhaustion.
And I'm like, Zahn, will you grab this guy? We have some artifacts to find. Just like sort of stroll into the next room.
Okay, so Zan is there with Desmond, and you're just kind of consoling him while Karth and Samil go into the next room.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna give him a little like hand on the shoulder and try to like rise up and just give him a look. It goes,
Let's do like athletics check with like 2 setback die on that one.
To get up.
Yeah, just to stand up on your own 2 feet.
Savage.
Wait, so 3 and then just 2 setback?
Yep.
Okay. Nope. Failure.
Fail.
And I
kind of just push his hand off my shoulder, like just hang out.
Hand on there. Go. Hey, thanks. Matt, is there anything in this particular chamber, artifact wise, or is it just
nothing like out of the ordinary, really. You got some of the clay pots and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is not.
Are they rupees?
Yeah, there's always really, unless I mean, there are sarcophaguses in front of you that you could look inside if you wanted to.
I want to take out the gem, the kyber crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to hold it and see if it's like humming, or I want to like Inigo Montoya it to see if it like shows me anything.
Well, I would say that like when the closer you get to the next room, the more it hums.
Great. I'm gonna say, Zahn, can we? And also, I've lost all pretense of trying to pretend I don't have this crystal, and I'm not a for like, y'all my bros. I get it. So just hand on Zahn, and be like, can I? Like,
You vomiting on me? What the hell?
you know how much power that just took?
Literally took all of his force die. Literally all of it.
I just kind of motion to the next room.
And so I help you up, but I also ask you like, what's the gem? What's the crystal?
I'm hoping to find that out myself. I have an idea, but I really need it to be confirmed. So help me out here, man.
So I help him up, and we kind of slowly walk limp to the next room.
I say, thanks, Zane. Thanks.
It's Zahn.
Right.
Okay, so everybody, you get to the door, okay, and it's not really a room; it's more like a stairway that leads down, okay, and just several flights of stairs down and down and down and down, and it eventually opens up into this cave, okay, and it's completely dark inside the cave. So, does anybody have anything to see with or anything along those lines?
Who among us might have a thing to see in the dark?
I have that. I have the macro binoculars. I guess I don't know if do we decide that they had a thermal capacity? I think we did last time.
Do you have glow rods?
Yeah, you had a glow rod in the other.
Flashlight. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. A flashlight will work.
Yeah. Okay,
or just walk around with binoculars.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
we can't see anything, but you see great.
Tell us what you're seeing.
Binoculars, guys, but I really can't see anything with them. So then I just like, and somebody's like, obviously the flashlight. I'm like, oh yeah. So I take.
What do your elf eyes see?
I know. So I take it out and I just sort of like shine it. Like, how big is this cave? Is it like huge?
Well, whenever you turn on your light, let's find out.
Right, so I flip it on and just sort of looking around.
It's fucking huge.
Okay. All right.
It is ginormous.
Ooh. So I'm imagining like an enormous cavern. Like, you can't even see the edges. It just shines into pitch darkness.
Well, you can see the edges because in the like all around you and in the distance you see all this glittering, all these gems just kind of twinkling in the light that you create. And like far in front of you, you can see Brood kind of standing there.
Okay, so is he like standing there like in the dark, like just?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's standing in there in the dark. He's.
Would you say that he's brooding?
Why don't you try talking to him and see what he's doing?
I'm out of breath.
Hey, Brood, is that you over there?
He kind of turns around and he says, "Yes, why don't you come over? Join me in our victory."
You for what exactly? You're just standing alone in a giant empty cave.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Sorry, I was just trying to take in the atmosphere. I have some special equipment that lets me see in the dark, but I was just trying to take in the atmosphere here in the cave. Beautiful, isn't it?
I'm gonna look at the cave around and like see if it is. Is it
beautiful? I mean, it's pitch dark in here. You literally don't even have a light on. So, how is that working?
Taking it in.
Well, I was just trying to kind of. Do you know what kind of crystals these are?
Crystals.
You know, they're the glowy kind, I guess.
This is a kyber crystal mine.
Desmond immediately perks up a little bit.
Kyber. That's that stuff that's in the lightsabers, I think, right?
Correct.
Wasn't the rumor on the
Or what
street?
used to be in lightsabers.
Yeah, it used to be in lightsabers, right?
Well, it's in most lightsabers, but we play by Legends rules where anything can be a lightsaber crystal.
Interesting.
Not in this campaign, son.
Yeah.
I thought the Empire dug all this up when they were building their Death Star.
Oh, that's like saying that the Empire found all the hydrogen in the universe. There's plenty of Kyber out there if you just know where to look.
Fair enough. Well, I bet that the Empire would pay a pretty nice price for all this.
Oh, well, the Empire is not going to get this. We're going to take this back to my master, the Acolyte.
Say the Acolyte.
That's
Who's
his
that?
name?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
So I thought you were working for Arcan.
No. Arkan works for us.
Arcan works for you. Huh.
But he used to work with my master long ago.
Interesting. So what the hell are we doing here?
Well, we came here to find the Kyber crystals, and now we're going to start excavating the Kyber crystals from the planet.
What does your master want with all this Kyber?
He has a special plan for it.
Now, you say he's an acolyte. What is, I'm assuming that's more of a title. What is he an acolyte of? And by this point, Desmond's kind of standing on his own power. He's a little adrenalized.
Let's see. Roll. Should I have your roll for here? Roll like a charm, kind of. Yeah. Roll charm or.
All right, charm against how many difficulty?
Just 2 difficulty.
Okay. A triumph and a success.
A triumph and a success. What
Tell
was
me
the
your
question
life
again?
story, Brood.
Yeah. What was the question again?
I say your master's the acolyte. What is he the acolyte of? Like, what is? It's a title. So what is he?
That is a very loaded question. He started off as Declan Shelby. Long ago, he discovered that he was a Force user, and he put together our little group. Unfortunately, he was Corwin Shelby. I'm sorry, Corwin Shelby.
Declan Shelby, the comic book artist.
What's that?
He's a comic book artist, Declan Shelby.
No, yeah, he is. That's probably where I came up with the name. Yeah, Corwin Shelby. I'm sorry.
All right, cool. No, I was like, wow, awesome. All right.
He put together our group, and we've been following him ever since. His former master fell to the wayside, and now he is the acolyte of the Force for us. Since ourselves are Force sensitive, he leads us in the one true path of the Force.
What path is that? Where does that path go?
Well, it's not necessarily a light path. It's not necessarily a dark path. It is the path.
I pull out my Kyber crystal and kind of hold it in my hand, and I say, and it's obviously, well, to me, I assume it's vibrating like crazy right now. And I want to make it like float like an inch above my palm. And I say, can you help me with this?
I cannot, but my master can.
What in the hell is going on? Like, I'm just like looking around. Like, what is happening? Like, are we here to dig up some crystals? Like, what do we need to do to get paid?
And Samir looks very confused at the floating crystal, and he like kind of looks around, picks one up, and tries to float it on his palm, and nothing happens. And he's just like, "What?"
That's awesome.
Right, Desmond grabs the crystal back tightly, puts it in his pocket, and I say, I would appreciate his guidance more than I can say, but as my friends here said, we did come here to get paid for a job, and it's only right that we get what's theirs before your master can help me out. I don't betray my friends.
Well, you can either go back to Archon for your payment, or you can come with me, and you can get paid from my master personally.
Well, who is going to make us take a bunch of shovels and dig all this stuff? Because whoever's going to maybe not do that, that's who I'm going with.
Yeah, I left my shovel on the ship. Sorry.
we will take a sample with us back to my master, and then we will send an entire new crew out here to completely excavate this cave. Take all of the kyber out of this cave.
Okay. I look at the crew and I say, well, I don't know about you all, but I trust a bunch of people who would treat this with reverence and dignity more than a pirate who we were hired to kill in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm with whoever's not making me dig the shit up.
And that sounds like the Acolyte to me.
Whatever. Adventure. Let's just get out of this cave. It's making me nervous.
I say, yeah, so then where is your master? I assume we're fortunate enough to think that he's on this planet.
Yeah, he's not on this planet.
Of course.
I can type in the astrogation coordinates whenever we get back to your ship.
Our ship. Interesting. Huh.
Well,
I can take my ship and you can try to follow me if you want.
This deal gets better all the time.
I look at the crew and I say, hey, all the other pirates died here, right? So what's Archon to... Why wouldn't he assume that we died along with the rest of them if we never show back up?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
All right.
This means we don't make any money from this.
No, the Acolyte was going to pay
Acolyte
us.
will pay you guys.
Yeah, for all the Kyrie, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just paying you with like training or some crap.
If
Like
it covers,
crystal.
I mean, we could
work
do that
service.
if you would like.
No, we're not doing that. I'm in it
I'll
for the
figure that
money.
out. No. Yeah, no, Desmond was very clear. I will get you guys paid, and then I will figure out what I have to do for my test.
All right,
Yes.
whatever. Let's do it. Just get me out of this.
if it covers the money for the bounty, that's fine. I was gonna feel kind of bad killing Archon anyways. He thought we were like way better friends than I remember us being. But
Yeah, I'm not really sure
Oh
what's
my
up with
God.
that, but I didn't really want to kill that guy anyway, so I'm down.
All right, then you come on our ship and show us where to go.
Wait, he's actually riding with us? I don't know if I mean,
Yeah, man.
Guess
you
it's
sleep
not
in
my
your
ship.
bunk.
Okay, so technically, you're all riding with me, so yes.
yeah. Okay.
All right,
Adventure.
and then I start walking out of the ship.
Okay, so I think that he has like a container with him, and you guys put some of the into one of the containers. Maybe like just like a standard bucket size. Are you right, Devin?
Devin chokes to death and dies.
Yeah, I'm good.
On a live stream.
That's it. Let's see if that's
You
it.
know those crystals, they air slice a little and
Yeah.
they went down the wrong way.
That's a mine, yeah.
you've already got the black lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So standard like bucket size. You guys take it back to Molitor. You kind of breeze by the pirates that had set up a tent out there with all the supplies and stuff. And Brood, kind of just gives them directions to take the ship back to the palace, he calls it. And he gets into your ship with you guys. He gets into the Molitor. What do you guys do first?
I think at least Samil and whoever wants to join was going to go back to see how BZ's doing with Kasha because she wasn't in a great state last time we saw her.
Okay, so
Yeah,
whenever
I'm
you
gonna
get back
join
there, whenever you get back there, she's kind of laying on the thing, and BZ's sitting there like, and you got the little like scanner thing going across her body and stuff. And whenever you ask her how she's doing, she just kind of raises her like Phillips hydro spanner and says, "Computers," and, and that's it.
Okay, BZ, is she going to make it?
No. And they're happy beeps, so you assume that she's going to be all right.
All right.
I'm gonna go to the fresher and just kind of, splash some cold water and get any meds I need. Just kind of get back up to full strength before we blast on out of here.
Okay.
I'm hanging out kind of in the main hold area, kind of keeping an eye on old Brood.
Okay. Well, Brood, he goes up to the astrogation computer. He just kind of types everything in for you. So really all you have to do is just take off and hit the hyperdrive and it'll take you there. And he goes and he kind of just sits on the space couch and
Good couch.
sits in a meditative pose and just kind of meditates for a little while.
All right, punch it.
Okay, so you get up into the cockpit, you lift up off of the planet, you say goodbye to all the icky force spiders that are in the temple, and up out of the atmosphere.
Oh my God.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, you get out of the atmosphere, the sky turns into stars, and then all of a sudden those stars just elongate, and you guys are in hyperspace.
Excellent.
All right, you want to cut off this episode right here?
We can. We didn't get started until like 8:30 though, so it'll be super short.
Will it?
No.
Okay.
We started recording 40 minutes ago.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it's like 41 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good place to stop then.
Okay.
It could be a little bit shorter of an episode. That's a good climactic ending. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to take a quick break?
Sure.
Let's get behind the scenes. Here's how we do it, folks.
Yeah, I could get more beer.
Exactly. That's really why we do this.
My dog seems to have wanted to join me into the live stream too.
It's the cutest thing ever.
So that's Ray.
Everybody, I'm on Star Wars podcast.
Go to Youtini.com.
Go to Youtini.com and buy all the books.
Oh, thanks, Ray. What a good idea.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. We take 5-ish.
Yeah, okay.
5-ish. Okay.
All right, we'll be back. Maybe.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Youtini Play Star Wars RPG. This is episode 8 of the podcast where the crew at Youtini plays the Fantasy Flight Games Adventure Star Wars RPG.
No giggles. No giggles.
Don't do it. Don't do it. My dog is going nuts.
She's so excited.
I know. Anyway, welcome back, guys. If you're watching us live, you know that we just left. Now we're back, but no one ever watched us live, so, you know.
Where'd Patrick go?
What,
Patrick
is there one person out there?
There might be. Might be one
Yeah.
live person.
If you're listening, you could be the first.
Yeah.
If you're listening, I am giving you a virtual pat on the back.
Yeah, thanks.
So in our
Thanks.
last episode, we escaped the planet that we were on, which name is Rishi. We're on Rishi.
No, you're not on Rishi anymore. You were on a planet that was unnamed.
A mystery planet.
Yeah, you're on a mystery planet with a Jedi temple, and now you're going somewhere else.
Yeah, because we let some stranger put random coordinates in our...
A force something person
Yeah.
who served an
that-
acolyte.
Hey, he's somebody who knows somebody who knew a Jedi once.
My magic crystal.
I need a clear version for the recording. So, Matt, give us a nice little recap from the last episode.
Okay, so in the last episode, you guys, after your victory with the Force Spider, I'm going to use Force Spider as much as possible. After your victory with the Force Spider, you encountered a Force Ghost who had kind of seen problems in the galaxy and tried to come back to life by sucking the Force life energy out of everything that he could come into contact with. After Desmond dispatched him by using the light!
So much power!
Yeah, you guys went down into the down into the catacombs of the Jedi Temple to find that it was sitting on top of a very large kyber crystal mine, where you ran into Brood, the brother of Westa, and he told you about his master, the Acolyte, and who is kind of not really like a light side Jedi, and not really like a dark side Sith. He's, in the middle somewhere.
Something in between.
The Force as a whole, as it were.
Yeah, and so after you guys met up
Mine
with
was
him,
a quote from
you
Bindu.
decided to follow him to the planet where the Acolyte Citadel is located, and
Oh, a citadel.
yeah,
It's not
he
a
hitched
house.
a ride.
It's-
I love a citadel. I love a citadel.
Hitched a ride with you guys and typed in the astrogation codes, and y'all took off, and that was the end of the last episode.
Beautiful. So now
All
we're in
right.
space, or we're at the citadel.
We're in space,
You're in
though,
space right now. Yeah, you're in space right now.
Right? I want to go talk to Brood. So if anyone else wants to do other stuff before that happens, feel free.
Nope. Let's go Brood with Brood.
All right, cool. Then I want to talk to Brood.
So you find Brood sitting on the space couch, just meditating.
What's up, Brood? Can I get you a brew, or shall we just sit here and brood?
He doesn't pay any attention to you
Dude.
He'll fit right in. So I look at Brood and I say, well, first, so he's clearly meditating, right?
Yeah.
And I say, pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt you. I was wondering if I could speak to you for a moment.
Sure. Absolutely. What can I do for you?
Please, sir, I'd like to talk to you. Just for a little.
I hope it's no inconvenience.
So, back when we were at the temple, back when we were in the temple, you said you particularly were not force sensitive. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'm not. I was not born with the gift.
All right. Are there those among you that are? Is the acolyte? Because I as you may have noticed back there, I think something has awakened within me, and I have no idea what it means. I have no idea what to do about it. But if someone among you was going through something similar, it would help me so much just to have someone to talk to have someone with answers.
And he gives you kind of like this very warm smile, and he's like, yes, my master is force sensitive. He has trained with a Jedi before the Jedi fell. And he will be able to answer all of your questions, and we will have some people in your very situation very soon.
Okay. Desmond begins to go back to the cockpit and then turns around and says, oh, and by the way, if any of this is bruised, see that guy over there? And I point to Samil. So you see him over there?
The very angry looking one with the red eyes and the big gun.
Yeah. Just so you know, the gun is even bigger than you think. And I go back to the cockpit.
He's killed several people. Okay.
And so I want to run after Desmond, and I want to just be like, "Hey, man, so are we going to talk about the whole rock floating in your hand thing? Because I'd like to."
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot.
Okay. There's a rock that was floating in your hand. Let's talk about why.
I say, I wanted to tell you guys a little earlier, but there's been some stuff going on with me ever since Alderaan destroyed.
Exploded.
I can't say it; it's too painful. Was destroyed, and I don't know what it all means, but there's been this power, and I think that it's exactly the kind of power that causes people to mysteriously disappear around the Empire. So you can understand how I've been a little reticent to fully show it off. But hey, man, I think I can trust you guys by now, right?
Wait, you can disappear too?
You know,
Can you make yourself hover?
well, I'm hoping this acolyte will give me at least some answers, because floating around with you bums hasn't taught me anything, you know?
Okay, so we're all figuring this out. Yeah, we're all figuring this out together. All right.
Yeah.
Can I make things float, or is that just you?
Hey, man, I never want to tell you that you can't do anything.
I mean, he's not human, but I am. So can I do it?
You can do anything that you say.
Whoa,
Wait, are you two in the cockpit as well?
No, wait, did Zahn follow us?
Yeah, I just kind of hang out.
You've been there the whole time. You never would have noticed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I look at Zahn and I say, hey, man, it's not a human-centric thing. That's kind of messed up.
Oh. Well, I had to ask.
I say, no, hey, you guys, you try whenever you can, and who knows, maybe this kind of power will see you too.
All right. And Samil walks away to go watch Brood meditate in case he starts doing anything weird or concerning.
Other than meditating silently in a spaceship.
Yes.
I just take a seat next to you. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. What's up?
It's like, well, it's. I mean, so we're out of hyperspace. It's kind of just maintaining. So.
Cool. I just saw Karth normally sits here, and like he's cool and all, but like, really, Karth is your co-pilot? No.
I think he ran here the quickest one day, and I think he's just been coming back ever since.
Well, yeah, I guess fair enough. Cool. So how long does this hyperspace thing last? Because I mean, I don't know.
Probably about. Hey Matt, how long is hyperspace?
We're still
as long as it needs to be awkward.
I'm waiting for you.
We're there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
I look over at Zahn and I say, well, first, take your feet down. Secondly, probably another 6.5 hours or so. I'm going to stay here. You're welcome to stay and not touch anything, not really move a lot.
Or speed.
Or you can go. I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, there's nothing but a weird dude meditating back there, so I mean, I'll just hang out and look at the buttons. They're kind of flashy.
I say, great, and then I push a button, and a little table comes up, and I pull out a deck of cards, and I say, Sabak, and then we move.
Screen wipe. Okay.
Screen wipe.
All right. So the Molitor comes out of hyperspace over top of this giant white planet. It's kind of like an icy planet. It's the little blurb comes up underneath at the bottom of the screen. So Telos 4. Does anybody remember Telos 4?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
It's in KOTOR 2.
Yes.
Oh, that's why it's barely familiar.
Yeah, I haven't played that one yet.
You guys haven't played KOTOR 2? Oh my god.
You don't know what you're missing.
I didn't play KOTOR 1.
I haven't finished KOTOR 1.
Okay.
Can you work for Youtini and not have played a KOTOR game?
So Telos? Is it Telos? I always said Telos. I think it's Telos.
Telos. I'm sure it's Telos because that's how I said it.
Okay.
Just tell us more about it.
So Telos was, or correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the planet that was basically completely destroyed during the Old Republic. And then the entire planet was kind of like a restoration project. Is that the right project? Is the one?
No, I think you're thinking about Terrace.
No. This is the one that Karth, the character in KOTOR, is from. Is it not?
No. This is the one where the Handmaiden's from.
Yeah. That's the planet. There's like different regions. There's like a jungle place and like a Arctic place and like, right? Oh my god.
No.
I'm looking this up right now because I want to release it.
Well, based on Star Wars, every planet has one climate.
It's all one climate,
desert?
and the only one that I ever saw on Telos was snowy. So the rest of the planet must be snowy.
All right, we're at a snowy planet. Tell us 4.
Okay, so you're.
Hey Matt.
The picture that's on Wikipedia.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, the picture that's on Wikipedia, it's kind of like this orange Mars-ish planet, and like this blob of white snowy Arctic area where the Jedi Temple, the Jedi Academy is at. There was a secret Jedi Academy on that planet where the Handmaiden was being trained with all of her sisters.
I'm not wrong, guys. I told you I remembered. All right, Wikipedia says that under orders from Darth Malak, former Republic Admiral Saul Karath, whatever, demanded the planet surrender. Upon being rebuffed, he carried out his orders to bombard the surface. Then it goes on to say that Telos was chosen as the first planet to undergo Republic-sponsored restoration efforts. This initiative, if successful, would pave the way for restoration of other planets that have been ravaged during the recent Mandalorian Wars. Yeah, so like the planet has different regions, and you go to the different regions in KOTOR 2. So like,
I don't remember going to any of the other regions.
That was Telos 4. We're on Telos 4.
Yeah.
Entirely different.
You pick up the Zabrak character on this planet in KOTOR 2. You remember?
I do remember that, yeah. But I remember I remember you doing that in like a snowy area.
It wasn't. No,
Anyways.
it's like a rocky. Anyway, whatever.
Okay. Anyways.
Corey, you're such a nerd.
I started a Star
Where
Wars.
are
video.
He's our
we?
explorer.
So far out the window at this point.
Matt's shirt. oh my
Matt's
God.
shirt is awesome.
If you all actually watch the live stream, you get that joke.
Yeah.
Full joke on a podcast.
Beautiful.
Okay, so tell us where the Jedi, the old
Telos.
ancient Jedi Academy is located.
He also
Is
says
in a snowy area.
so-
Okay.
Yes. Snowy area.
You guys, all right. So you kind of come down in, and you're into the atmosphere. The snow's flying everywhere because it's a snowy planet, and you land on the little landing pad right there at the ancient Jedi Academy. And Brood kind of gets up and he's like, "Let me go first. I can explain the situation, what happened, and just make sure that nobody shoots you in the face."
And Samil yells up to the cockpit, "He's moving! He is moving!"
I just yell out, "I have a false abark!"
And I say, "Oh no, time to go, time to go!" And immediately, put on my
You wipe the board.
I wipe the board, and I take my my coat, my awesome coat that I smartly bought, and wrap it around myself as tight as I can, and immediately begin to go at the cockpit.
Okay,
I
so-
say, "Shit, I think this is gonna be cold."
Okay, so you guys kind of follow Brood out of the ship down the loading ramp and stuff, and Westa is kind of walking out to meet him with a bunch of people in these white robed outfits behind her. They don't look really threatening at all. Like, this is more of like, if they were threatening, they wouldn't have had to hire the pirates to do all the dirty work. Okay. What? What
Listeners,
is?
we have a company Slack channel open during this.
Oh my god!
God, that's a beautiful photo.
Oh my god! Oh.
Well, Matt, will you tell us, please, what planet we are on Telos 4?
It's Telos.
Oh man. Okay.
Corey, you just edit all that out, right?
Oh yeah, easy, super easy.
It's always the second half where we get into giggle fests.
Oh, that's our problem.
Probably the alcohol.
Okay. So.
Always.
So all right, so Westa kind of comes up and greets him, and they're brother and sister, and so they like
Make
I think
out.
I would like to say they like
Wow.
In the time-honored Star Wars tradition.
in the Telos fashion.
I mean,
Hashtag incest on Telos.
On Telos.
don't judge my culture.
Telos.
Anyways,
Matt, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. We're the worst.
so they kind of embrace, and then he's like, hey, come on, we found the crystals at the Jedi Temple. There's plenty of crystals for everything that our master needs to do with them. And he kind of brings her over to you guys, and she nods, kind of in a greeting. Do you guys want to interact with her in any way?
Yeah. I'm gonna nod back and I say, it's good to see you again. I hope
It's
that.
good to see you as well.
Oh, awesome.
Remember, she's like 7 feet tall and just like way muscular.
Oh yes.
Is this the
None of
white-
that is forgotten.
Is this the is this the white-haired chick with the green scarf?
Yes.
Yeah, with the tattoos.
Yeah.
That Desmond is super
Wait,
into.
tattoos. Is it the
The white-haired chick with the tattoos.
red lightsaber
With the
chick?
the
Yeah.
lightsaber, the cosplayer.
Okay.
Yeah. And Desmond says, I hope that your master can give me the answers that I'm looking for.
I just hope that they're not building another Death Star with all this kyber.
And she kind of looks at Brood and she's like, "What kind of answers is he looking for?" And he goes over to you and he puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder and he's like, "Sister, I found another Force sensitive. They do exist out there." And her eyes kind of light up and she's like, "Oh, the master will be so pleased to hear that." And
another master. Great.
No, the master. Yeah.
There's always a bigger fish.
So he says that, and I point at her and I say, "Wait, but you're not. Are you?
Am I what?
You know, you're not a force sensitive person.
No, I wasn't born with
sensitive.
just like my brother. Neither of us has the gift. Nobody here at this temple has the gift. It's an old ancient Jedi academy, but nobody here knows anything or has Force sensitivity except our master.
Yeah. And then I look at her and I'm like, not that there's anything wrong with not being Force sensitive. Most people aren't. I mean, that's I mean, you're great. You're awesome.
Pull the shovel out of my pack, and I'm like, "Here, you're gonna need this."
I just walk up and say, buddy, she's out of your league.
I think she kind of like reaches over and pats you on top of the head.
Oh God! And then
friend zoned.
Yeah.
Everything about Desmond's life changes in a heartbeat, and he thinks of Thora Monroe and what she must be doing right now. And then he resigns himself to a lifetime of sadness. Moving on.
Okay, you guys grab the crystals out of the ship.
Yeah, this is a sample, right? Because we didn't get all of them, so we have like who would have been carrying that sack of crystals? I'm assuming Karth has the sack of crystals.
I got the sack.
You do, Karth. Let it never be said that Karth is sackless.
Yeah, that's right. Karth is not sackless.
Oh, my sackless little Jedi. Anyways, so you guys, you take the crystals and you take them inside, and like, you know, there are all these like very like meek looking devotees that are kind of hanging around. Whenever you guys enter into the academy proper, you see, "Oh, hello there, hello."
Hey,
you remember me, right?
Guy.
What?
You remember me?
What is it? What is speaking?
It's me. It's Percy.
Percy.
You know, the guy who I flew the ship.
What?
I flew the ship, the cargo ship.
Oh yeah, the slave.
Oh,
Percy the slave.
Percy the dude. Hey, the
guy that flies the cargo ship, right?
Percy.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Well, we're all very important people now. The Acolyte brought us here to this planet where we can just...
I think Percy sounds like Matt's daughter.
Matt muted.
Shut up! Matt, just let your daughter play Percy.
She's a guest star. She is the Force.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Master Corwin, he brought us all here to this planet, and we've been hanging out ever since. And we, every Tuesday night is movie night, and have a shuffleboard. And I mean, no, really, like he's really got something good going on here. Really, I think so.
What's the movie?
It's Hidden Fortress, Akira Kurosawa.
That one's good. Okay, I'm down.
So what exactly is everyone doing here?
Yeah. How many of you made it on here too? Like, you drove that ship. Like, did everyone make it? Like, how?
Well, everyone made it out of there thanks to you guys. Okay,
yeah,
but
good to help.
Absolutely. But what are you doing here exactly? Like,
not everybody came here to the everybody came here to the planet because this is where Corwin brought us, but like a lot of people decided to go their separate ways, and I mean they all had agendas to get back to, and Jesus, Devin.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was going to be loud.
No, it's just the bottle.
this.
Have a little drinky drink.
Oh yeah, this Percy makes me a little tense.
I'm gonna look at Percy and I'm gonna say, hey, there aren't any like kind of crazy rhino unicorn beings here making you kind of separate drugs to sell people in order to get a kind of a mental high, right?
Yeah,
You're not enslaved
Are
to make
you
drugs,
safe?
right?
Is it
No,
safe?
everybody's safe here. Everybody's very, very safe. I mean, I've only been here for maybe like a week or two, but I mean, it seems
Right.
pretty on the up and up, guys.
And there's no like exaltation type stuff going on. There's no religious element to this place other than the obvious with the Force. Like you're all fine.
Well, Corwin, he teaches us about the Force and about
good.
how it flows through everything and binds us all together. There's a light side and a dark side, and both sides are kind of bullshit.
Yeah, good. Tis true.
Yeah, this place is real culty. I will say that.
And hey, listeners, if you're looking for a book about cultists, read the A.C. Crispin Han Solo trilogy.
Now available at Youtini.com.
Damn, we did it.
Probably a Youtini favorite the last couple months as well.
Yes. Question
Charles
is
has been
Percy wearing?
spreading that.
Yes, I have been like a virus in Death Troopers.
Also available at Youtini.com.
There you go. I was waiting for it. Is Percy wearing any weird culty robes, or does he look normal?
No, he's wearing the standard culty robes that everybody else
Oh,
is wearing.
God.
They're all wearing
Alright.
the same. They're all wearing the same tennis shoes.
We're all about to be inducted into a cult. We need to leave.
Isn't
right
it a
now.
little cold for robes and tennis shoes?
And I look over at Des and I'm like, this guy is going to want to join up with these people. I just know it.
I just want to listen to what they have to say. Is all I'm saying.
That's how it always starts. You just want to hear what they have to
I'm
say.
just listening.
I want to look at the literature, Carth.
I want to see what they think from their perspective.
Exactly.
Where's the money?
Where's the money? That's the question. Okay, so I mean, if I think Brood would kind of hear the word money, and he pulls away from talking to his sister, and he's like, "Oh well, if you guys want to follow me, we can take these gems to the acolyte, and we can talk to him about you guys getting paid. How about that?"
That sounds
Yes.
good to me.
Sounds
Language.
Okay, so you guys take the bucket full of kyber and take it inside of the
Sack. It's a sack.
kyber sack.
Oh,
You take
come
the
on now,
kyber
get your
sack.
Sacco Kyber. Available now at Youtini.com.
You take the sack o kyber into the temple, and you kind of work you're really just following Brood at this point. He kind of like works you through the main entrance and into like the big quad and back into a few of the back rooms, and you kind of end at this door. The door opens, and inside is Corwin. Corey, if you wanted to go ahead and put up the picture of Corwin from the cargo ship episode.
Is this the green?
The old guy.
Green shirt dude?
The old guy.
Oh, okay.
With the creepy eyes.
Oh yeah, he looks like a Witcher, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was
He
showing
does
this
kind of look
picture
like a
earlier
Witcher.
for
I don't know what game he was
All right,
designed
anyone
for.
watching the video, this is Brood. Let's just get that straight in your head. This is Corwin.
Wait, Brood is
Oh. What picture did you have up for Brood?
I had Corwin up for Brood.
wait, is Brood number 2 on the slideshow?
Yes, Brood is number 2.
Oh man, Brood can get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brood is like an attractive elf.
I'm not sure what that means, but all right. You can get it.
Hey, Brood
Get it.
is,
Hey,
Brood
the
is
kids
much
know.
younger than Corwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Corwin can also probably get it.
All these people are white-haired and white-eyed, and it's freaking me out. It's all it's really culty.
Very culty. Okay, so whenever you guys enter the chamber, it's like dead ass silent inside of this chamber. Okay, and whenever you guys enter, it's almost like so quiet that you would feel awkward even to make like just a little noise. And Brood kind of just like lightly walks across the floor, and kneeling on the floor is Corwin, and he's kneeling in front of like this dais, and he looks kind of like he's been meditating a little bit, and Brood kind of kneels down beside him. For just a few minutes pass, and you guys are kind of like, should we say something? Because nothing's happening. What do you do?
I kind of nudge Desmond. I'm like, you're the force sensitive. Say something. Say something culty and forceful.
I give him a, oh, yeah. I look at Brood and say, so, how long have you been around here?
And Brood kind of looks over his shoulder at you, and he taps Corwin on the shoulder, and Corwin turns around and looks at you, and he's like, I don't recognize. Wait a second, you, the blue-skinned one. Didn't we meet on that cargo ship?
Yeah, I almost died, and then you escaped and stuff.
Excellent. So I never got the opportunity to thank you for freeing me on that ship.
Well, your hospitality here is kind of making up for that. You mind telling us a little bit about this place?
Oh, well, this place, actually roll for charm. With a boost die because you saved him from that ship.
Against what?
Against 2 difficulty. Just an average.
Good thing he saved you when 2 other guys were just like, making sure this guys were safe around it. I bet that was really too.
So success and 3 advantage.
Sorry, Charles, I cut you off.
No, success and 3 advantage.
Success and 3 advantage. Okay, so how would you really like to spend those advantages? Because I'm going to tell you stuff, but do you want me to? Is there anything spectacular you want to do with your advantages?
Ooh.
Well, I also would like to hear what potentially he could do to help out Desmond, because Desmond's my buddy, and he's the force sensitive.
Stealth squad.
Always.
Okay, so a long time ago, my master fell off of the true path of the Jedi, and I was kind of left alone and suffering under the Imperial will. So I founded this organization, and basically we moved into this Jedi temple here. It used to be an academy. People used to come here long ago to train on how to be a Jedi, train on how to use the light and ignore the problems of the universe that the darkness kind of preyed on. So we don't teach strictly light side here. We also teach dark side maneuvers as well. So we teach people how to be balanced on the inside and on the outside.
I pipe up and I just want to say, what you can understand the dark side. The phrase itself can elicit a little bit of apprehension in a lot of people, especially in these times. What benefits have you found to diving into those teachings? Like what maybe have we thought incorrectly about the dark purely because of its name?
Well, I would say look at what happened to the Jedi whenever they dispelled all of the darkness. They fell because they were unwilling to recognize the darkness that surrounded them at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this Sith that they have hunting down the remaining Jedi, this Darth Vader. And look at everything that's happened to him. He's less man than he is machine.
Wow. I say, I've recently, as resistant as I've been, I have tapped into this darker power and felt how strong it can be, and using it to save my friends and using it for other, reasons has proved fruitful. So I would love to indulge in more of your teachings, but my friends do need to be taken care of here, and I know they came here for a job, and I really would like to get them taken care of. Before any of that can happen.
So you desire your monetary compensation, correct?
Yeah.
Not a problem. What was the determined amount that we would pay you?
1 million credits.
Do you want to try to coerce him into thinking that?
Well, I want
I just want to raise a pinky up to the corner.
I want to ask Corbin for. Can we have a moment to just remember the exact figure? And I want to kind of huddle up.
Absolutely, my friends.
And I want to say, hey guys, so here's the deal. You all have kind of gone out on a limb for this guy for me. So I feel that between that and between the fact that we are essentially cutting ourselves off from Archon future jobs, we should get a little bit of a bump from our original quote for this.
Yes.
I think it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility to ask for.
Archon was worth 15,000, right?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So at least that much.
Yeah, his bounty was 15. He was going to pay us 10 for this job.
We asked for 30.
30 could be good.
I like it.
Devin's muted.
Yeah, Devin, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, no, 30's good. I agree.
I was gonna put it in Slack to be subtle. I say, all right, yeah. So I say, I feel like I'm too close to it now to kind of ask for this job. So if one of you wanna talk business, I'll be happy to nudge. But I think it should come from one of you. So
Zahn,
30.
And
I don't mind
Samuel,
talking
what
to
are
him.
your negotiation skills?
yeah, who's good at this?
I have
2 green.
I also have 2 green.
Negotiation, I have 2 green.
Okay.
no one
We all
invested in
suck.
negotiation.
I mean, I have 2 yellow and 2 green for deception, but I don't know how we could deceive.
I'm pretty good at aggressive negotiations.
Do you mean
Huge gun.
negotiations with a lightsaber?
No,
Negotiations
he has a big gun.
A big gun, yes.
Okay, well, let's just do it. All right, so we just sort of split up the huddle, and I'm like, well, seeing how our previous arrangements have been sort of broken up, what do you say about 30,000?
Okay, so roll negotiation. Is Karth saying this, or is anybody else saying it?
Karth.
Karth said it.
Okay, so Karth is saying it, so I would say that roll a negotiation with 2 difficulty die.
Okay.
Just so you know, if it was Samil, he would have had a boost
What the
die.
heck is going on here?
Oh,
So... God, it looks like I accidentally rolled twice. So take the first one, so I got nothing. Literally zeroed out.
Nothing happens.
Literally-
He speaks,
literally
and there's
zeroed
a
out.
void.
Okay, so, well, that's technically a failure, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really speak for previous jobs that weren't accomplished in the doing of this task, but how's about 20,000? Does he mean to be talking to us? Or
Yeah, look at the crew.
Yeah, I can go.
What was the question?
what's that?
What was the question?
He said, I can't really speak for any jobs that you guys may or may not have given up in pursuit of our organization, but I'll give you guys 20,000 credits. How does that sound?
Well, I mean, I was thinking like my friend here, Samil, he kind of like saved her life, and we gave I don't know. I think 30,000 is really fair for how much Kyber you're getting.
The
getting ready
Empire
to
would have
get.
paid at least 50 for this, and we have come way out of our way to give it to you.
All right. I'd say Zahn, roll negotiation 2 difficulty die.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. Let's go.
My dice app is
Oh, to refresh it.
perpetually reloading, so you'll have to tell me what the results are.
Yeah, it didn't show up for me. Did it show up for anyone else?
Yeah,
that's
2
2
failures.
2 advantage.
Well, the advantage is that Samil gets to talk now.
I really am sorry, guys, but
No,
you know what?
Samil gets to talk now.
since you guys did, I was waiting on that ship for you guys to show up. To be perfectly honest, since you guys did save me, I'll give you 25,000 credits. Does that
the
sound
best
fair?
failure I've ever heard. Take it.
Yeah, I think we should take it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, let's take that.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
Okay.
Then we each get Then we each get 5,000.
Right. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Okay. So yeah, and that's including Kashta, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and yeah, it's easy to split up.
Yeah,
I mean, the other would have just
Two
been
and-
6,000, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Go ahead, make sure you guys annotate that on your character sheets that you got an extra 5,000 each.
Yep.
What would you guys like to do now?
I like to talk to Corwin and say, well, now that we have that squared away, I would like to hear some of your philosophies about the Force, and I pull out my kyber crystal again, and I make it float again, just another inch, and I say, if you could help me with this, I feel like there are many things I don't know.
And I think he kind of puts up his hand, and your crystal kind of swirls around and comes over into his hand, and he examines it a little bit. And he's like, "Oh, this is a very nice gem, my boy." And he kind of like does a twisty maneuver with his hand, and it kind of flings back over to you, and you reach up and you just catch it.
Catch it. Yep. I say, what is it? It called to me. I don't know how else to. I don't know how else to describe it.
That's because that's your crystal. The kyber crystals are very attuned to the Force. You know, there's this energy within the galaxy that kind of flows through everything. The light side of the Force is more of a gentle breeze that, you know, you can flow with and kind of manipulate, whereas the dark side of the Force is a roaring tide that kind of tries to drag you out to sea, but you have to keep your feet firmly planted and control yourself.
Mm-hmm. I say, that sounds incredible. It sounds intense, and I would love to stay here for as long as it takes to learn from you. But as you can see, I have a crew, I have a ship, and we have to keep going.
Well,
soon.
please, you know what? How's about tonight? We're going to have a special presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some revelry.
Is there going to be a guest speaker?
There is going to be a guest. Yes.
Is there going to be cyanide in the Kool-Aid?
There is cyanide. No cyanide in the Kool-Aid. Okay.
All right.
Do I have to wear a robe?
No, you don't have to wear a robe.
Good. I'm not flattering in a robe.
You're not one of the members of our community here, so you don't have to. Yeah.
Well, spade is spade.
So you don't have to wear a robe.
Okay.
But it'll be tonight, 8 p.m. sharp. Don't miss it.
I say that.
I also heard there's a movie night. That's tonight, right? It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Tuesdays. And then I look at a card. I say, "Well, we will." I say, "We'll be there." Sounds good. I say, "But if you can, before we go, I would be reticent to leave without getting a little more information about what I can do with this, because." And I lean in a little closer and I say, "To be frank, I gave up a lot of money to hold on to this, and I'm still not sure if it was worth it."
Trust me, it was worth it, my friend.
Great. Thank you.
You're gonna get a sweet lightsaber out of it.
I mean, like, I better though, right? Cool. And then that's Eric. Desmond's like, "Great, thank you."
Okay, so what do you guys want to like? The acolyte, he takes the Sacco Kyber and kind of hands it off to one of his many minions, and he's like, go and prepare this with the device. And the minion kind of runs off and goes to it. What do you guys want to do until the event tonight?
I want to hang out with some Force sensitives if there are any more.
No, that's just the acolyte.
Well, cool.
He's the only Force sensitive on. It's at the academy.
I think.
What y'all want to do then?
I'm gonna go see that movie they were talking about and try to
It's on Tuesday.
Yeah, and maybe try to talk to some of the members of this. What did the acolyte call it?
Community.
Cult. Yeah. Oh, community. That's a better. Yeah.
The cult?
Yeah. Cult.
And what else would you call people who look out for each other, wear the same clothes, do the same things?
I'm gonna go visit some of the other terrains
Private
because
school.
this is Telos.
Find some of the other forests and deserts.
I swear I don't remember any other
Dude, the picture on Wikipedia that you literally just talked about shows a desert and snow and an Earth-like property of the planet. What's to miss?
You're not allowed on my ship without me, so you can't go.
Okay. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Dude, screen wipe. I don't know.
Green wipe.
What is there to do?
I look around, try to find some things to do.
I want to go tail that guy that was going to the device.
The device? I'm going with Sam.
You see where the crystals are going. I guess I do want to.
You want to see where the crystals are going?
Yeah, I want to see what the device is. Is it
Okay,
a
Stealth
toaster?
Squad.
Yeah. I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go talk to other members and see what I can find out.
Okay, Stealth Squad, go ahead and roll up your stealth scores
All right, against what?
against 2 difficulty.
All right.
I don't think I'm in the
Stealth.
stealth squad. I think it's just Desmond and Samuel.
Yeah.
Oh, I have good stealth. I have 2 yellows.
Well, do you want to go with them?
Yes.
What is Karth doing?
I'm going with these guys. I got good stealth.
Okay. All right, everybody roll your stealth. Let me
All
know
right,
what
I
the
got a
results-
success and 2.
Wait. Am I? I'm not going with the stealth.
No, you can chill out.
Right.
You weren't invited to Stealth Squad.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna go be, deceiving the members.
Oh my God, Corey!
Triumphed 3
Wow.
successes and an advantage. I'm so stealthy.
I got 3 advantage.
Oh man, you
Oh my
can.
God!
What? Desmond got an advantage.
I got 3 advantage.
3 advantage. Okay. And what did Samil get?
Success and 2 threat.
The success and 2 threat.
Yes.
Okay, so I would say that with Karth's amazing role, like his stealthiness kind of encompasses the rest of you guys. You're trailing this guy, and he's basically really like all he's doing is he is taking the crystals back to that main room where they're starting to set up for like a stage and stuff like that for tonight's event and get everything prepared. And he's kind of handing out the crystals to other people in the room, and they're going and they're plugging them into certain spots all around the room. And that's really all you see him do.
All right. I kind of just want to wait. I just want to go to this speaker. I just want to know what this event is
Mhm.
going on with these crystals. And
Okay, well, how's about do you want to approach the guy who's setting up the crystals, or do you want to approach the guys that are setting up the stage, or
the crystals, I think I want to go talk to.
I want to see if he'll hand me a crystal. Or is it just members of the cult?
well,
I mean, the community.
try and
The willing community.
convince him, coerce him into doing it.
All right. Well, I'm just going to walk up to him and hold my hand out expectantly. And I suppose I shall roll a coercion. What's my difficulty?
I would say that your difficulty, seeing as how I'd say your difficulty is 3, and you have a setback die, seeing as how you're not dressed like one of them.
Hindsight. All right. 3 failures.
Okay,
You should have dressed like one of them.
Like we're trying to set up for tonight's events. I mean, if you want to look at one of the smaller kyber crystals, I mean, I can show you.
What does Han Solo yell before he kicks that dude in the balls and Solo? He's like,
That's what I said.
He's kicking.
I'm going to go up next to Samil, and I want to try to bring one of the super small crystals to me, the Force, and be like, "So what are you doing with these?"
We're just setting up for tonight's events.
Oh, the
I
thing's
don't
still
like where
floating
this is going, guys.
with me.
Well, do you want to like try to, charm him into or
I
coerce him?
absolutely
gun
do.
to his head.
I want to charm him. I want to charm him. I want to charm him.
Okay.
With
You're
my
gonna try
pistol.
charm him. All right, charm versus 2 difficulty.
All right, not with my gun.
Actually, three difficulty.
Oh, I don't get anything for floating the thing. All right.
You don't get a setback die. That's what you.
Right. That's fair. Success 2 threat.
Success 2 threat. Oh well, the master he just has us set these up in this device that he's concocted. You can see they've got them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
This is not.
They're on the walls, and there are guys that are using repulsor lifts to kind of put them up in the ceiling and stuff like that.
So, well, I'm very interested to see what kind of power he'll harness for all of us tonight.
I'm sure that it will be a great display of his power.
Oh, good.
Any other
All right.
questions?
That's all
My
I
new
got.
friends.
How mad would he get if I tried to steal one while Desmond is charming him?
Why don't you try to find out? Full skullduggery
Skullduggery.
versus I would say 3 difficulty because
Oh God.
there's a lot of people around.
Oh yeah, stealth isn't gonna help you that much. Trying to steal a giant crystal.
All right.
You got it.
It's one of the smaller ones. 2 success and a threat.
All right.
Okay, so you're able to grab one of the smaller ones that just kind of fits in the palm of your hand, and I think you kind of do something. What would you say that you do to distract him while you kind of how magicians have the distraction and then.
Yeah, so I think that I kind of slap him on the shoulder, like a friendly type gesture, and I'm just like, hey, but no hard feelings. I'll see you at the presentation.
Awesome! I'm so glad that you guys are here, and we always like new members, And I think you guys are going to fit in really good here. After tonight's presentation, you're going to be 100% with us.
See, well, we'll see. And I give just a little head nod, good call. And we'll see.
For those of you at home, Corey is doing some magic tricks for us on the laptop.
Pretty amazing visual comedy.
So during all this, I use my form changing device to kind of look like one of them. I walk up to one of them.
Just to wear a robe.
Right, just to wear a robe. I didn't have a robe on me, so.
So do
First you're a Wookiee, now it's a robe.
Right.
you look different, or are you just Zahn with a robe on?
No, I want to look a little different. I don't want people to know it's Zahn.
Are you kind
What
of
do you
hot?
look like? Are you still a human?
Right, like I'm kind of hot and throwing out vibes.
Are you a dude still or what?
No, I got big rag, and it's just like.
Oh my god!
No, I'm still a dude. I'm just maybe a little bit more muscular, and my face is a little different.
Yeah, the face looks different. Other than that, you look the same.
I'm more muscular. Okay.
Have you seen the picture of Zahn? I mean, he is a pretty muscular dude.
He is pretty.
But like it's like unnecessarily muscular, like Bane muscular.
All right. No neck.
So like I
kind of think of like the henchman from The Emperor's New Groove.
yeah,
Alright, so that's
that kind
fine.
of muscular.
Okay.
And so I kind of walk up to one of them. I say, "Hey, hey, brother." Have you heard anything about this presentation tonight?
You know what? We don't. I don't know a lot about it. Not anyone really does. I mean, this is the first time that the acolyte is going to give one of these big speeches since he got busted out of Imperial control. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I don't know. I think it's going to be moving, and we're going to have our direction for the rest of the campaign.
You think it's going to mean moving, like moving worlds, or like moving forward?
I think it's going to blow your freaking mind because the Acolyte is a rock star around here.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree. He's such a cool guy. So I was kind of busy during the last info session where they teach us some stuff. Do you mind recapping it for me?
Really? Well, I mean, who are you talking to? Just one of the guys, right?
Yeah, just one of the guys.
Okay. I really not a lot was passed down to us. I mean, the Acolyte just got out of prison, and I mean, he said that he was meditating on our direction, and this is his way of telling us, where we're gonna go.
Yeah. So
as a group.
So the guy that kind of passes all the messages down to us. What's his name again? I forget.
I don't know if there is. I heard it directly from the Acolyte. He brought us all together and said, "Hey, big party tonight, guys."
Right.
Where were you? Were you in the bathroom or something?
Yeah. I was on a mission, and for the Acolyte it was no big, but
No big deal.
yeah, let's go, get some popcorn and enjoy this movie. And sorry to hold you up.
It's not movie night.
It's Tuesday. No.
Okay. So, do we screen wipe to tonight?
I think we screen wipe to tonight.
Okay. So we screen wipe to tonight, and everybody's gathered in the big entrance hall at the Jedi Temple / Academy, and it's just nothing but white robes and stuff, and you guys kind of stand out like a sore thumb. Unless in the meantime, did you guys grab any of the white robes to kind of try to fit in or anything?
No.
No way, I'm not wearing that thing.
Nope.
No. Not
Okay,
about it.
I ain't looking like no culty member.
You see Brood and Westa kind of floating around the crowd. Westa's hard to miss because she's so tall, but they're kind of floating, they're mingling, and just kind of getting the feel of the crowd before everything goes on tonight. When at the designated time, the lights kind of dim a little bit, and the spotlights swirl around, and the Acolyte's right there on the stage. But the Acolyte kind of walks up onto the stage, and everybody starts to cheer, and he just kind of raises his hand, waves, and then does the whole die down kind of thing. And he's like, "My friends, thank you for being the torchbearers in my absence. Thank you while I was imprisoned by the Imperials yet again. Thank you for keeping the message going." Just a second.
Oh no.
The suspense is killing me.
At this point, Desmond's going to turn to Samil and just go, "I have a bad feeling about this."
So this guy is this is like Iron Man level,
Turn to the guy next to me and go again.
action, right? Just crowds and lights and all kinds of epic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge production value. It's a little culty. So Desmond, as into all the knowledge and everything is definitely looking around at all the culty people wearing their robes and kind of looking at the crystals and being getting pretty uneasy about all.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Family matters. Okay, so where did I leave off at?
He's saying thanks for bearing the torch in my absence.
Yes, thank you, all of you, for bearing the torch in my absence, especially Brood and Westa, who are the closest thing that I have to children. During my time in Imperial lockup, I had a lot of time to meditate, and the Force spoke to me, and it guided my thoughts to how corrupt this galaxy has become since the fall of the Jedi. Not to say that the Jedi were right, but they did help keep things in balance. And now we have these despicable people out there that are hunting down any types of Force users, and we're going to need to be able to fight back whenever the time comes, because it's not an if they come after us, it's a when. Now, we've made a few maneuvers to start to get things going. We've started assassinating crime lords around the galaxy and taking in their resources to help fund all of our organizational details.
Desmond raises an eyebrow, like, "Oh, all right."
We've absorbed a lot of their wealth and a lot of their resources so that we can expand our influence around the galaxy. And not a lot of you are involved in the day-to-day details of that. We've brought in third parties like the pirates to help us out. As well as we've sent our pirate compatriots off to collect Jedi artifacts and resources so that we can learn more about how to use the Force. And while I was meditating in my imprisonment, I learned an ancient secret. And I want to share that secret with you all tonight.
What was it? That's like a cult. That's not me.
And so he kind of like gives the signal to somebody standing in the wings, and like this like platform kind of lifts up in the center of the stage, and in kneeling, chained on the platform, is the Pirate King Archon.
What?
This man, Darren Arcanian, who was at one point my Jedi Master.
What?
I met him decades ago after the Jedi fell. And he was my teacher at the university on Coruscant, but he saw within me the potential to use the Force. And so he took me and he trained me in the ways of the Jedi, in the flawed ways of the Jedi. And it cost both of us dearly, because whenever the Empire caught wind of us, they came after us, and suffice to say, I was captured. And for the longest time, I thought he was dead until I could escape from my capture and find that he had fallen from his path and become a pirate of all things.
Ooh.
Huh.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything to say for yourself, Darren?
Darren. I was like Archon, and then Darren. That's great.
So first of all, there are more of us out there, and Desmond, he's kind of looking straight at you.
What?
He says, there are more of us out there. More of us, the former Jedi. You can find us. You've met others. And
Leia's my sister.
and so at that point, he the acolyte kind of notices that he's looking at you and kind of speaking to you, and so he kind of cuts him off, and he gives the snap, and the kyber crystals from all around the room start to light up, and he kind of waves Brood and Westa up onto the stage with him, and they come and they stand next to Archon, and then this green lightning kind of shoots out of the devices and hits Archon on the stage, and he starts to scream bloody terror.
Oh my God.
And to the point, like you're basically watching him die, okay? And he starts to scream, and like, he withers a little bit.
I think we should save him. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull out my pistol and shoot at one of the devices.
Okay.
Just without
all right,
question.
So
I'm
I
not
want
asking the group or anything. I just freaking do. it.
Yeah,
All
do
right,
it.
yeah, cards
do a
one.
discipline check
Okay.
against. Just a second here.
Desmond
Let me.
is dumbfounded. I can't.
Discipline against willpower. Let me see here. Vigilance. I would say. Let's see. Discipline against. You're going to go against the Acolyte's vigilance, which. Or actually, you'll go against the Acolyte's discipline. That'll be easier for you. Okay, so your discipline against his discipline. Or, sorry, your ranged light. How about that? Your ranged light against his discipline. So, his discipline will be 2 reds and 2 purples for you.
I want to use a force die to give me a boost.
Okay, go ahead.
And do I have any special skills or anything like that I can use? Let me look at my talent tree really fast.
And while you're sorting through the papers, like Archon's body just starts to shrivel, slow.
I'm rolling. Oh yes!
Hey!
2 threats.
Yes.
2 threats.
Oh my god.
So no successes.
3 success.
3 success.
Oh, 3. Okay, I didn't hear. All I heard was 2 threats. Okay, so 3 success and 2 threats.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you kind of catch him off guard, and like, who are you shooting at? Are you shooting at the Acolyte?
I'm shooting at the device. The devices.
The devices. They're all over the room.
Okay, no, that's a bad idea. But that's what I originally said. So that's what I should have to go. That was my split. My split thing.
Okay.
Odd, so
like the. So I would say that you kind of like shoot and you hit one of the devices, and it kind of pops. Let's say it was one of the smaller crystals that was around the room. Okay, it kind of pops, and the lightning stops coming from that device, but the Acolyte waves his hand, and your blaster goes flying out of your hand.
Oh my god, guys!
And Samil's he feels kind of a weird loyalty to Archon, given how nice he was and how welcoming he was at the pirate enclave. And so, rather than fire at anything, he just starts shouldering culty people out of the way and running towards the stage to see if he can get Archon out of the way of the lightning.
And I would say that they are like, you are definitely physically their superior, and so they kind of like make a hole for you and whatever. But by the time you get up to the stage, like Archon is basically nothing left over, and the lightning stops, and like his all that's left is really like his skull and his cybernetic eye, and the eye kind of rolls down and off the stage and shatters on the ground, and inside the eye is a gem.
Wait, inside Archon?
Inside the shattered eye was a
Who sees this? Who saw that happen?
Everybody that's at the base of the stage with you.
Oh,
I'm at
basically just you and a bunch of these acolytes cultists.
I'm gonna try to snatch it up.
Cultists. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd try to snatch it up too.
So whose eye?
Okay.
Whose eye is it exactly?
This was Archon's
It's Archon's
cybernetic eye.
Remember his cybernetic eye?
Yeah,
It had the blue glow. It has there was a blue crystal inside of there that caused that glow.
Interesting.
I want to snatch it up as quick as possible before someone else sees.
I'm
Okay,
gonna start slowly making my way to the stage, like, but in a daze. Like, it's still just trying to take in everything that's happening.
Okay, so Archon is like completely toast at this point, and then the machine, the acolyte gives the signal again, and the machine fires up again, and this time the lightning comes out and it hits Westa and Brood.
What?
But instead of making them wither and die off, let's see, Desmond, roll a force die. See if you can get any feelings from what's going on here.
Yeah. Okay. Two light side.
To light side. Okay, so you can sense that almost like an awakening in them. Almost like you can see them for the first time with like almost like a sixth sense. And so the machine kind of cuts off, and they're still, they're ordinary selves. They weren't killed in the thing, and kind of what you've gathered is the force has been drawn out of Archon and put into Westa and Brood. And the Acolyte looks to him and he says, "My children, how do you feel?" And Brood kind of looks, and he kind of reaches out with his hand, and he lifts up the gun that was Karth's, and kind of plays with it in the air with his new force ability. And this is like something that they've been training for their entire lives almost, is to become this thing. And so at this point, and Westa kind of clutches her fist, and a bunch of the Acolytes drop to a knee around her. And so what do you guys do?
I look to the camera in utter shock and panic.
Do you stay? Do you go? What do you do?
I tell Samil, who just picked it up, and because I was right there with him, I tell him, run, like, go, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
I guess my body starts to move, and I try to run away.
Yeah, that's how we all run.
We run.
Okay, y'all run, and a lot of the cultists kind of try and go after you guys. Again, you're all like physically their superior, and Westa kind of like reaches up her hand, but the Acolyte puts his hand on top of hers and kind of lowers, and he's like, "No, let them go. Let them spread the word of what they've seen here tonight."
And we go.
And so you guys go, and you get back to the Molitor, and you run up the ramp of the Molitor. And as soon as you guys get inside, you are greeted to a battle droid holding up a rifle pointed directly at you guys. And he says, "Roger, Roger." And from off to the side, he says, "Sergeant, put that gun down now." And out walks Hadi, and he says, "We have a lot to talk about. But first, let's get out of here."
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who's
Run to the
Hadi?
cockpit, and we get on out.
Okay, well, da-da-da. That's end. That's the end for today.
Holy crap. Who is Hadi? Do we know that person from before?
He ran the shop.
He ran the shop.
The shop guy? No, he's
Yeah.
on our ship.
He sold me the coat.
And Sergeant, did Koshla fix Sergeant? Wasn't that a thing?
Let's just she failed to fix him, but let's just say that Hadi found somebody else to fix him in the meantime.
Hadi, what a name.
And there we go.
It's
right.
short for something else, which I will. If anybody, are we still broadcasting?
Yeah, we're still broadcasting.
Oh yeah. If anybody wants to look up Corwin, Shelby, and Darren Arcanian on Wikipedia, they're actually characters on Wikipedia.
Oh shit!
Interesting.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, may the force be with you.